So it is it is 0/18. Okay, so I will use 0/18, and then carefully, there are two types of interfaces. One is Internet and the other one are Ethernet ports. 4 ports for the Ethernet. So these ports are for your LAN connectivity. And Internet is actually your connection to the WAN. So this connection for a wireless router, this interface is the Internet interface. Okay, so it is named as 0/0. And we will be using here, PC2 will use a wireless connection. So wireless connection, okay? And we will come to the configuration on this later on. Now, so this topology is made, connections are created. Now we need to do configuration. So R1 will have those IP addresses on the interfaces, R2, R3, PC1, PC2, and wireless router. Internet setup, this has this IP address. LAN setup will have a DHCP enabled, and it has this 192.168.0.1 default one. Okay, and that's how we're gonna do that. And if you go into the part 1, you see that how to assign the IP addresses on the routers. So they are mentioned here. How to do that? So I'll do it for you in front of you. So go to the R1 first. Go CLI. Okay. I'll just adjust it. So initially it says when the router boots up, it says, would you like to enter in the initial configuration dialog? So what should we say here? No. We don't want to enter in configuration dialog, so I will configure myself. Okay, enter. So first of all, the configuration required to change the name of the router. So I'll go to enable mode, global configuration mode by typing conf --t. And then I will say host name R1. That will change the name of the router. Good. Now I'll configure IP address on interface. Interface on R1. So interface take 0/0. So this is the interface over here. Okay. And IP address over here is 172.16.10.1. 172.16.10.1. IP address 172.16.10.1. Mask is 255.255.255.0. I'm using same single mask for everything. And then no shut. So that will bring up the interface. And you see, as soon as we give this command, green comes here. Now I'll go to this other interface, serial 0/0/0, which is this one. The connection to R2. Connection here. And then assign an IP address. It's 192.168.12.1. 168.12.1. Mask is 255.255.255.0. Sorry. Now, because it's a DC end, so I need to give a clock rate command here. It's a physical clock rate. Okay. So I'll say clock rate. Wrong spelling. Now, if you put question mark here, it does tell you that what clock rates are available. You know, some of the routers, they have different clock rates availability. Like this 4321 router, which we have in our labs, it don't have that option 148. Okay, so it's better to give this question mark and then see what is available. So choose anything in the middle. So So I'm going to use 128,000 here. Enter. And one more command, no shutdown. Very important command. No shutdown. So it will bring up the interface. Now it is still shut down because the other end is not configured. That's why it is showing you that it is still shut down. Now the configuration of this router is complete. I'll go to the other side, other router, yeah, which is R2. CLI, say no here, and now enable mode. We are not configuring any passwords, okay? So you already know that, so no problem. Conf terminal host name is R2. Good. And now I'll go to interface gig 0/0, which is that interface. And IP address of that interface is on R2 172.16.20.1. 20.1. So IP address 172.16.20.1. 255.245.245.0. No shut. Good. And immediately it comes up. Now I'd go to interface serial 0/0/0, which is that side towards R1. So it has the IP address 192.168.12.2. 245.245.245.0. And on this side, because this is the DTEN, so I will not give it any clock rate, so just no shut. And you see immediately it turned into green. Now there is one more interface on this router, which is serial 001. Interface serial 0/0/1. That is the connection towards R3. You see this, I'll try, yeah. So that's the connection from here to here. And this is also DCN, so I will give a clock rate command over here. First IP address, so it has a 192.168.23.1. Second serial, yeah. And mask is 245.245.0. And then I'll give a clock rate 128,000. And then I'll say no shut. It is still down because the other end is not configured yet. So this configuration on R2 is complete. Let's go to R3. So I'll put R3 on this side so that you can look at the topology. And CLI, say no first. So R3 has that interface, gig 0 interface, and serial interface. First I'll change the name of the router. Enable mode, conf terminal, global configuration mode, interface gig 0/0. IP address. We're using gig 00 IP address is R3 is 172.16.30.1. So 172.16.30.1, mask 245.245.245.0. And no shut. I'll go to interface serial 0/0/1, which is this interface, and then I'll give you IP address. It is 192.168.23.2 with the mask value of 245. It's a DTEN, okay, DTN, so simply no shut. And now you can see that all the interfaces are configured for routers, and they're giving us green signal everywhere, so it is okay. You can check this connectivity by connecting these routers. So these interfaces will be able to ping each other. For example, if I'm on R3 and if I ping this interface of R2, it should be able to. So I'll go to AND and I ping 192.168.23.1, which is that end of the router 2. Sorry, one thing which I missed it, that I didn't change the name of the router, so I'll do it now. Conf terminal host name R3. So I'm getting a ping from R3 to R2. So the ping should be from here to here, ping should be okay, and from here to here should be okay. All right. So this is the basic configuration of these routers. Now we come to the router, wireless router. Now wireless router, this internet interface is the part of this network, which is 172.16.30.0 network. And if you look at the topology IP address which is given, so we will give a IP address of 172.16.30.10 on the internet setup, on the internet interface. Okay, and it will have a default gateway of 30.1 address, which is the gig 00 interface address of this router. So I go to the router, wireless router, go to the GUI interface, and now you see that the basic setup include these two things. Internet setup. So that is your internet interface 00. By default it is on DHCP, so I will change it. I will bring it to static, and then I'll change IP address 172.16.30 and make it 1. Mask is 255.255.255.0. Default gateway will be the router 3 gig interface. So 172.16.30. Sorry, IP address is 10 and default gateway is 1. And I will change mask as well. So IP address of this internet interface of the wireless router is 172.16.30.10. Mask is 255.255.255.0 and default gateway is 172.16.30.1. We are not configuring this DNS, don't worry about that. Now get to this network setup. According to this lab, the network setup should remain on default, which is, it is the IP address of this wireless LAN is 192.168.0.1. Okay, mask is 255.255.255. DHCP is enabled, and starting IP address is .100. So it is on default, so we don't need to change it anything. So look at this. But maybe in the lab assessment, I will ask you that, okay, change your IP address here. Okay, I will say put 10.10. Something IP address here, and then give 50 IP addresses in DHCP and enable the DHCP. All right. So this is okay. So I will go down and then I will say save settings. So just to be careful, so if I go and I verify and recheck that those same settings are there, and if you go to the wireless, you see that it is network name is SSID is default. So we can change it from here as well, okay? But the lab setup says that leave it on a default. But of course, we can choose a name of our own, RMIT University, whatever SSID you want to have. All right, so you can see that this configuration of wireless router is okay. Now let's come to the PCs. Let's go work on this PC, which will be connected to which connects to the wireless router. I have to add a card here, a wireless card. Otherwise, it will not work. You see that it has a LAN card, which is for Ethernet. So turn off computer, remove this card, place it here, and then choose this WMP300N card. Yeah, you can. Okay, you can choose laptop as well. So in the lab it's a laptop. Okay. Okay, then we use laptop, huh? Okay, use laptop. Okay, laptop is this one. So laptop. So yeah, so it is a laptop. Okay, but we need to add laptop, the wireless card in laptop also. So let's go here.